Hi there and welcome to Planet Coaster. I'm back in my tropical island park and I wanted to take a quick look around today before we get on with the speed build. So this is my entrance. It's not particularly glamorous right now. It's something that I'm going to revisit. This is something I started when I started the park. It was about 18 months ago and it was my practice to learn how to play the game. So it's pretty basic. It's, I was proud of it at the time when I made it, but I can definitely do better with this now. So you've got the monorail up top and the one entrance. This is before I knew you could do more than one entrance, so I'll be looking at that so it's a little better. Anyway, let's get on with the tour. So through here we have the main, what would you say, the main avenue that goes through to the back of the park, and we start off with a very long queue for the monorail. So leave those guys to it. Some toilets to get us started, and this lovely fountain that I created. Quite pleased with that one. Over here we have the rocktopuss. So rocktopuss is doing its rocktopussy stuff, and up this way was the first roller coaster that I added to the park, which is kind of pirate based, and it's a wendigo. So it's a kiddies ride and obviously very popular. So let's take a look how we get on over here. I'll go back to the main path so we don't get lost. So up in this section we start off with the pirate band, of course, because this is a tropical island, so it's very heavily pirate themed. This is the what's it called, the river rapids. So again, quite a popular ride. We have a sneak preview in there. Yep, there we go, river rapids. And this is one of the first ones that I created on stream, so very proud of it, and it has some interesting sections. So if we look at the top, this is where the pirates do their fighting, which is quite fun. Let's see if they go off. Ready, and there you go, boom. Okay, so that is the river rapids, and I will going a bit fast there. So back to the main path. Head down this way and we have the start of, so this is the kiddies area, which I've based it on, what would you say, it looks a bit like what may have been, so this structure may have already been here as like maybe a courtyard to that castle over there, which we'll get to, and I thought it might be nice to make it into a kiddie area. So I've made this sort of Pirate Pete's play park with the it's Pirate Pete and Buccaneer Betty, and I think I called this one Polly the Pirate. So we have some nice characters there, and if I take a look through, here we go. So straight through to the area, you've got some amenities and you've got the locker area. Always have a locker area with this guy that looks very confused. I think he can't remember what his locker number is. So out of there we have the, what are they called again? The swings. Yeah, so, and I've put in the obligatory scuff marks where the kids have been messing up the grass underneath. Here we have the play area with, so you've got sort of like, kiddie climbing frames and whatnot. And over in this section I've made like a little ball pit. I mean, I know they're big balls, but that's the smallest they'll go really in the game. So that is my ball pit, and over this way we have the sand castle, and sorry, the bouncy castle and the sand pit. And up here I've put in the, I think it's called the whirly rig. Yeah, that's the whirly rig. Okay, so out of the main path. Now I quite like this section I made, which is the sort of like the wall that barriers the river rapids, and I made this quite quickly. And so these are all TV screens that when I'm not in the game with the settings a bit lower, they're able to play. I think I've left one on just to show what it does. Let's have a sneak around here. Yep, there we go. So these display the sort of like display screens from the river rapids. So on this one you can see the pirate in the distance and you can see people coming through on the ride. Right, let's go through to, so this is the courtyard, like the food courtyard, and kind of based it on a sort of hacienda inspired sort of build. So we've got the shops and seating area, and over here is the Habanero Mexican restaurant. So that is an actual restaurant, and people can go and get their dinner in there as such. And I'm quite happy with the little bell pepper I made for that as well. That's just out of the art shapes. Okay, so back up this way. This is the go-kart raceway. Now, I made this sign from, I loaded in like a graphic that I'd made onto a big screen and then traced over it with the art shapes. That took forever, and it's not something I want to repeat because it took me hours to do that. So it looks good. It's a little big. I'd like to get it a little smaller, but it'll do for now. So this is my raceway, which I've called Neon Plaza. Now let's take a look in there. Oh, it's a bit busy, isn't it? Oh gosh, it's very busy. Everybody wants to ride the go-karts. So got a couple of food stalls, and yeah, it's kind of like a little stadium. I think that's fitting for one of these types of games, or from this setting. So back out here, I've put in the cube ride as well, because this kind of fits the same theme. This actually looks better at night, so just bear with me 1 second. I'll get the controls up. There we go, and let's take a look at this at night. So we set that to AM. There we go. Let's take a quick look at the night. So there you go, it looks a lot better in this view. So under here we have the crazy tunnel, and let's have a look around this way. Ooh, go a bit quicker. What I did, I put in like a little waterfall feature as well. So under here, I like that there's a little one of the employees is just sitting off and had enough for today. We'll leave him be. And around this way, I did put in like a secret chest. So look, buried treasure, quite nice. One of the features. So the raceway does go underground, and I thought I've used the coaster doors that you can put like an advert on, so subliminal advertising there for a gulpy. And there we go. So underneath, again, you want to be careful. If you're sensitive to lights, then you probably don't want to be in here. Not for very long anyway. Let's run through. Oh, and I think we've got some cars coming through as well. There we go, and back out to the top. Oop, under the bridge. So yeah, and so yeah, I did put in like this sort of stadium seating as well, so some people can take a look at the guys that are on the racetrack, or it might be, you know, your mums and dads that don't want to ride but they want to keep an eye on the kids. I will turn this back to daylight. Let's have a look. It always confuses me with the AM and PM, so it's 4 PM. There we go. Right, don't need that anymore, so let's turn that off. Okay, back on the tour. So this ride is my biggest roller coaster ride in the park, and it's the it's one of those launch coasters. So I didn't realise how big it was, but I made it work. I've decorated this with the temple theme, so all the adventure pack pieces, which was lovely to build because you don't have to worry about your lines or anything. You just like place them anywhere and it looks good. So yeah, I had fun building that bit, and oh my goodness, that's a bit of a queue. You really want to ride that much, okay? And I love this chain link fencing is one of my favourite pieces in the game because it's just so easy to make it look good. So yeah, that's sort of like a safety barrier. So if anything happens to the coaster, you're all fine. Don't you worry about it. Okay, let's take a sneak out here. So on this coaster, I've put in, like, you know, again, I've put the safety stuff in, and there's kind of like a viewing platform here. So, having a bit of save there, I think. So if the guys that don't want to ride, they can just have a nice sit down and watch their relatives or whatever, the people they came with, through the viewing sort of glass. So I'm quite happy with that one. Over this way we have the Forge ride. Again, I've just kept the temple theme for that one because it all fits in the same area. Now, I wonder, do we want to have a look at this at night? Yeah, I said we wouldn't do night again, but let's have a quick look at night because it does look a little better. So, AM, that's it. There we go. So it kind of brings it to life, and if we wait for the coaster to come round, of course it's... Oh, there we go. We're just going in. The explosion that happens when they get to the top is quite fun to watch. So hopefully they won't be too long. Let's zoom in a little bit so we can have a better look at that. God, it does go up tall, doesn't it? Okay, are you off? It takes a while for them to change over on this ride. Come on. Come on. Oh, there you go. And we're off. But, you know, it goes at fair speed, so... Oh, there we go. Right, explosions. Fireworks. More explosions. And they come around the top. Boom. Yes, I'm pretty happy with that ride. Okay, let's turn it back to daylight. Oh, I made the mistake there, didn't I? Right, no, that is here. And we want PM. There we go. And turn that back off. Right, oh, I think it's stuck in the scenery now. I don't know if anyone else notices that. If you get stuck in the scenery, it goes really slowly to move around anywhere. So this is... Oh, there we go. I think we've caught it out. Right, this is my hotel build. So first hotel I've built. And you've got like the main tower with the nice tower blocks and the side sections, or the wings, I guess. And I made this nice little, very simple monorail station to take people to the hotel. The fun thing is that they don't actually use this to get to the hotel. They will walk all the way around over here and go straight to the hotel. They don't really get off at the station and use the hotel for some reason. I don't know if that's a glitch, but yeah, they'll go to a ride or something from here, but they won't use the hotel. So anyway, this is my tower block build, which this took a long time to build, but I'm very happy with it. These little pieces here, these are the first workshop or Theme Maker's Toolkit workshop items I've used, because obviously if you're trying to build patio furniture on a balcony, you don't get a lot of room before you're into the open again. So these little guys are available on the workshop, the Steam workshop. I think it's by somebody called Zitus, I believe you say. And I'm very pleased with them. They are slowing my game down a little bit, but you know, that's okay. The chairs I used before that were the director's chairs, and you can sync them into the scenery so it doesn't look so bad. Okay, let's have a look around the back. And yeah, so this is my... Would you say it's like a hotel oasis? Oh, maybe I should have called that Hotel Oasis. That's a good name. This is where you'd sit at the pool bar, and you will sit on your nice little pool beds, or what they called lounge chairs, that's it. And we have these little beds as well for people to have a relax, and they can have a little drink at the bar, and you can even have a drink in the pool, because we put a little pool bar in there as well, which I'm very happy with, and the DJ deck back there. So there we go. That is my park so far. I've still got a lot of empty space here to fill, and if we run over to this way, yeah, there's quite a bit of empty space over here. I've put a monorail here for now, which is this. I think this is going to be like a little arcadey area, maybe a couple of little rides or something, but at the moment it's quite empty. There is this little so I started building a path into the ride. So this is the inside the volcano ride, and yeah, I haven't quite got to what I'm going to do with this. I might do some sort of viewing platform so that if you're in here, you get to see the roller coaster come round. So let's follow this round and let's see if we can get out to the other side. Right, there we go, back out of Forge. Okay, so if I'll do a bird's eye view of this one. So there we go. Nice big park. Almost, I'd say we're over a third done now. I've got all this area over here to complete. I think I'm going to try and do some sort of water park over here, because I mean it is a tropical island. You probably would want to cool off in a water park, so I think I'll get to that in maybe next month. Okay, so today's work, I've built this pirate deck, or pirate port, I think you call it. No, dock, there we go. I'll get the word eventually. So this is my pirate dock, which I started this last week, and I'm happy with how it's going. This is my little warehouse here. Oh, and I added this yesterday, which is a little sort of storage shed. Now, this little guy, so he runs out, has a sniff, and runs back in. I love that it's supposed to be an animatronic, but he looks really realistic. So I think maybe the staff just say, "Oh, yeah, that's a feature for the health inspector." Yeah, that's an animatronic, when really it's a real mouse that's just having a sniff around. Okay, so there you go. There's my park. That's where I'm up to. So, bit of a jump cut there. The rest of this episode, I was going to squeeze in a speed build, but then I looked at the time and realised I've been talking for like 15 minutes doing the tour, so definitely can't fit in a speed build as well. I'll have to get to that tomorrow. So, I think I'm just going to end off here. So, thanks for watching. If you're enjoying what I'm building here, please leave a comment and let me know. Subscribing is appreciated, of course, as well. So, until next time, bye for now.